I'm going to give about 30 more seconds for people to pop on. I had people RSVP saying that they would be here. So if you just popped on, you can send me a wave or send me a little heart, send me some expression of you being there. Hello. And if you want to be anonymous, then I respect that. My name is Vivian, and this is your 30-minute foam rollerama. It's Thursday, 4:30. I spend this time sharing my foam roller experiences for Pilates-based exercises. And next week, I promise, next week I'll be using this myofascial release trigger roller. So next week is myofascial release. Today, I want to work on a little bit of balance, stretching, alignment, core strengthening, and all that other good stuff that's related to Pilates. So if you have your foam roller, this is the long one, 36 inches and 6 inches in diameter, and all different companies make them, so don't worry about the brand. I'm using this foam roller now in front of me to start with spine mobility. You should begin by clearing your throat and sitting up nice and tall. Take a deep breath in through the nose and just blow out of the mouth. Now this time, take a deep breath in through the nose and begin to nod your chin down toward your chest. As you bend and fold and melt and dive, push the roller forward and forward and forward. Now begin to come back right away and imagine that you are undulating your spine, undulating, creating a wave. Head first as we work on spine mobility. Pull your abdominals in and keep pushing the roller farther and farther away. Begin to come back and undulate while stacking, stack, 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 bone on bone on bone. One more time. We're going to go as low as we can, go as far as you can, and go low, go far, and stay. Stay for another moment, lower the head, and begin to come back. One vertebrae, one vertebrae, one vertebrae at a time. Simply place the roller beside you. A little more spine mobility. We're bending sideways. This is lateral flexion, whereas earlier we just did forward spine flexion. This is lateral flexion. I'm opening the armpit, and lifting the rib cage. This is my favorite part. As you come over sideways, you're going to move the roller, just a minor adjustment, so that both hands are on the roller. It seems that the arms are nice and even, the same length, until you push away. As you push away, notice that there is a dramatic stretch down the side of your body, like right about where the seam of my shirt is, down the side seam of your body. 2 more times, just press it away and feel the stretch. Come back upright, and we got to do the other side. So place it perpendicular down the mat, start with some simple side bend, and you are preparing your body, preparing your shoulder, preparing your mind, and getting ready for some Pilates. Here I am one more time, this time a little more mindful. Oh, I feel it. And then return. Here we go. This is the one. Come up and over and rotate. Remember to keep your butt bones grounded. Make a minor adjustment, starting with what seems like both of your arms in the same length. As you push and you try to push farther away, it feels like this arm is just not long enough. So keep stretching down the side seam of your body. One more, and then come on back. I'm going to leave the roller here, but place my hands behind my back. Notice my hands are off the mat, and I am leaning backward. In the interest of spine mobility, this is chest expansion. As I release or collapse, I'm falling into my belly button. As I push the floor away, my chest expands. I've got the whole upper back and my whole upper torso getting ready. Here I am collapsing once more. Inhale. Use your exhale. Ooh, I got that backwards. This is inhale to inflate, expand. I suppose that could be debatable, huh? I am inflated, a little swole up, and then I will deflate. Oof. Oh, that's enough. That's enough. Sit up straight. I am going to begin right off the bat with roll down and roll up. Those of you who may be here watching who don't have a foam roller, you can pretend that you have a roller. Us with the roller, parallel, right down the middle of your mat. Come to sitting at the absolute end of the foam roller. And if you're taller than me, 5 feet, you're going to want to be at the absolute front end of the foam roller. Trust me and do it now. The exercise is called roll down and roll up and can be done on the floor without the foam roller. Notice I'm moving already and I will not be able to look back at the camera. I have to concentrate and keep my head still. You should concentrate and keep your head still and roll all the way back. If your head lands on the foam roller, it's a lucky day. Inhale, don't move your feet. Raise your arms, roll up, blow, go. Oh, it's usually not that good on the first one out, so it's a good day. Pull your abdominals in. Remember, you can do this workout is Pilates, without the foam roller. Arrive centered, arrive with finesse, and notice the arms keep going and going. Begin to raise your arms, nod your chin, exhale, look across the plateau of your abdominal terrain, and then inhale. Here we go once more. Scoop the abdominals, and we're going to stay back. As soon as you arrive, first things first, head down, elbows down, and if you need to scoop down, you can do it and bring your feet inward. Here's what you need to know if you've never been on a roller, and for safety, I just need to review. The wider your feet are placed, the less likely you will fall over, less challenging to your abdominals. The narrower you place your feet, the narrower, the more, chance of you falling, which means you'll need to stay alert and keep your abdominals turned on. But before we go to falling exercises, let's go to an awareness exercise that is a dynamic mobility or scapula mobility exercise. I am isolating the movement of my shoulder blades. So if I just speak in layman's terms, I'm opening and closing my shoulder blades. Closing, pinch the foam roller. Open, widen off of the foam roller. It's important to know the difference because we're going to stay in the pinch the foam roller retracted position. Arms open wide. You want to touch the floor, but avoid touching the floor. And these are just simply awareness exercises, but can be extremely beneficial. If you're watching this as a video later, you can stop the video and stay momentarily with your arms down on the floor. Just rest. Let's all do that for a moment. My arms are heavy and down on the floor, and meanwhile, back at the foam roller, my shoulder blades are, heavy on the roller, but without much effort right now. As I bend my elbow like a bicep curl and then straighten my arms up to the ceiling, I'm going to retract my shoulder blades. Leave the arms in the air. Now, because this becomes a balance exercise, focus. Raise one leg, keeping it a bent knee, and we'll call it knee lift. Put your foot down gracefully, lifting leg number 2. Now, for those of you who find this to be already extremely difficult, then put your elbows down on the floor. And think of your elbows as like the training wheels on a new bike, and you're a new kid on a new bike who has never ridden a bike before. You know you need your training wheels low. Now, if you're somewhat experienced, but still having a balance problem, then just keep your elbows close to the floor and put them down when you need to. This exercise is challenging for some people and yet can be made more challenging, if you just close your eyes. Closing your eyes, for most people, deepens the concentration. But for others who are really relying on the visual input, suddenly you can't see nothing and you fall over. Well, hopefully you're a little more sophisticated. So now I'm going to add some arms. Now, my eyes are open and I'm adding arms. I will not get specific as to the arm pattern. I won't get specific about the arm pattern. This is all about challenging the mobility and stability while balancing on the foam roller. I did a lot of blabbering just right then, so don't worry about what I said. Just keep moving and fasten your abdominal seatbelt. Fasten your abdominal seatbelt. We're going to do one more exercise with my feet flat on the floor and arms up. Send your arms backward and keep them parallel and straight, which means if suddenly the elbow is bending, then you're probably tight in the shoulder armpit area, so don't bend the elbow. Insist that the arms stay straight. Raise the arms up. This is a Pilates fundamental exercise often taught on the floor. It is a fundamental exercise, meaning back in the day when people did not just drop into Pilates classes, it used to be rather structured, and we taught about 5 different fundamental moves to bring awareness and introduction to the body. This is called rib cage arms. You didn't know your arms were connected to your rib cage, did you? So here's what happens. The ribs can be closed when the arms are up. The ribs will inflate, open, flare as the arms go back. Your job, raising the arms while closing the rib cage and riveting your navel while exhaling. All of it happening at the same time. Inhale. You can allow for a little inflation laterally, sideways if you can. The ribs open sideways. On the exhale, turn your abdominals on and lift the arms. Now, to expound on this rib cage pattern, arms go back and then sweep the arms in across the floor to about your hips. Raise the arms up and sweep the arms around in a giant circle. This type of movement requires awareness. You want it to be a balance exercise? Lift one leg. Or, as you already know, close your eyes, make a wish. Or just keep your feet flat on the floor. I'm really strong on one side. I can already tell I'm a little bit teeter-tottering. All right. Yeah, holy mackerel. I'm going to do it again because I can't believe how off balance I am. This leg and this pairing is rather smart. This side is a little bit challenged. Oh, man, oh, man. So hopefully you can appreciate that. Probably it was happening to you. Fall off the roller and put your head down immediately. Immediately. Hug your knees into your chest. Allow your body to roll a little bit from side to side. Allow your body to roll from side to side, and then use your legs, rock and roll a few times, and come to seated. Now, in the seated category, the foam roller becomes a great little booster. Don't worry, we'll be using the foam roller for other strength moves as well. Come to sit on the roller. And again, if you don't have a roller, just sit on your bum. Separate your feet and inhale. I'm going to turn to face you. So like a helicopter, I just turned on the axis of my spine. Turn again to the other side. Rotate, rotate, rotate. Inhale. You can do a few of those a little later. I'm moving on. Reach forward. 3, 2, 1. Exactly where forward? On the outside of the foot. Outside. 3, 2, 1. This is a lot like doing the windmill when you were a kid, standing on your feet, bending forward, and your hand reached on the outside of the ankle. It's like a seated windmill. I'm going to breathe, blow out 3 times, going, and this will be my last side. Rotate and come to the center and reach forward. Again, we're using the foam roller as a booster and also maybe a little bit of an unstable surface. Rounding your head first, rounding the back, rounding the head down, rounding your back, scooping your abdominals and reach forward. Come back, come back. And as you're coming back, stacking the vertebrae one on top of the other. Keep your ankles flexed hard and keep your legs straight, and then nod your head. The spine and the neck are becoming limber and limber. Maybe you have a gooseneck lamp and you've turned the lampshade in this direction and that direction. As you come backward, it's as if you're straightening the neck of that lamp and you want the gooseneck vertical. You can again practice those things at home a little later. I suppose you are at home. All right. Straighten out your legs, close your legs, and make the letter V with your feet. This time, the foam roller becomes an unstable surface. This is for arm strengthening, chest expansion, butt toning, and balance. Inhale. On the exhale, you begin with your arms, which initially launched you. If you wanted to just do a, like take a detour into a tricep, dip, you could. Or you can lift your hips. I'm pointing my feet so that my feet got long and my legs got longer and my butt tighter. Inhale. come on down. There are plenty of variations and little detours we could take. Here's the stretch. Open your shoulder blades. Protraction. Opening the shoulder blades. Other detours we could be taking, start flexed. Inhale, pressing up. Here's one for example. I could lift one leg. I can cross it at the knee. I can straighten the same leg and lower it down. Be sure your butt is in the right place. Leg number 2, lift. I can cross it at the knee. I can straighten it and put it down. Fix the pelvis, inhale, and come down. Now that exercise is challenging enough, or just challenging, and then when you bring a roller to the front, you have to be pretty strategic as to how long are your legs and where, on the Achilles tendon or on the heel, and I would suggest right about where the Achilles meets the heel, and then close your feet. Inhale, use your exhale and launch. There you are off the ground. Call your butt to work and lift. And remember, the roller is unstable. Squeeze your bum a little tighter and be extra careful. Don't throw your head back. It will upset your balance. Inhale. Come down gracefully, landing softly. Come forward and stretch. Now, as you can imagine, we could do that leg choreography. You know, the lift and cross and lift and down. Maybe we should give it a try. Inhale. As you lift off, you've got your pelvic stabilization, shoulder stabilization, and now we're testing your pelvic stabilization. Lift, cross, lift, and down. I am not intending to touch the ceiling. I just want to lift and cross. Here's lift, down. Inhale, come down. And all the while, that roller could have rolled away, but it didn't. You were in good control. Now, the roller is in a perfect position for me to turn onto my stomach. I love this section here. Have the foam roller so that it is either completely on the mat or completely on the floor. You don't want your roller to hit the edge of the mat because it's like hitting a curb, and you just can't get up on the sidewalk if you keep hitting the curb. So, forearm on the foam roller. Feet open, open. Open your feet about as wide as the mat, the width of the mat. Pull and push. Then make minor adjustments as necessary. Adjust with respect to the roller. Leave the roller there, move your body, fix it. My forearms are on the roller. The exercise is called spine extension because that's what we're literally doing. There are flowery names like swan dive and Superman and blah, blah, blah. But what I'm doing is palms up, thumbs down, head down. Pull, head lifting, palms up. And as I continue, I'm noticing already my spine is cooperating. Clench your butt down and lift through the chest. The spine begins to cooperate and is bending. Raise your head, neck, keep the shoulders down. I'll do one more. Thumbs down, inhale. On exhale, arrive. Now there's a really hard version of this exercise that I can't do. Lift one arm, what? And then lift the other arm. Oof. Lift yourself higher, up, and come on down. Oh God, so hard. Sit back and rest. As you get into child's pose, take advantage of the roller. Your hands are on the roller, splay your fingers wide. Keep your arms straight and let your head sink down. Take a moment and just let your head be heavy. All right, so now I have a little bit of a shin splint thing going on in my shin, where the shin muscles meet that bone. I forget which one it is, tibia, fibula. So right now, I'm gonna do a little massage on the roller. And as you maneuver the roller back and forth, you are rolling along the front of that bone and a little bit of the shin muscle. And because I really want to target one leg, I am going to put a little more weight on that one leg. As good as this feels, camouflaged as a massage exercise, as a massage, it's actually a core strengthening oblique exercise. Who knew? As I adjust through the center, I am going to go to the other side as if I were just innocently massaging my outer shin. I hardly talk. Whew. Pull your abs up, Vivian. This exercise has names like Twisted Bear. The Twisted Bear. Yeah, I won't go into that. But here we are. Here are other variations. If you can get past the massaging thing, you can lift your hips. I am trying to lift my hips. You'll have to be extra careful if you've got a big foot. Your big toe will get caught in the mat. So move your ankles if necessary and really try to keep your toes pointed away from the floor. Here's two more. Abdominal strengthening, pike. And then I'll come down off the roller. Bring the roller to the front and sneak in a quick down child's pose. This is an active child's pose, meaning I am dynamically rolling forward and back. It's just a couple of inches. Breathe and recover. Now, as I said, the foam roller is an excellent device for helping to improve posture as well as alignment and balance. And in this case, we're going to keep it perpendicular across the mat, place the forearms on top, and come to hands, hands, knees, knees. I have some seams in my pants that are right in my kneecaps. There we go. Flat back. You can round and release a few times, but this is not the exercise that I want to do. Flat back. We're going to straighten one leg, and you should be comfortable and not need to make other adjustments. When you bring the knee down, be accurate so that you can easily send the second leg forward or backward and down. Now, here's my leg number one, and I am on the knee only. I have lifted the other foot. Float the opposite arm now forward. I've got one arm and one leg straight out and no foot on the floor. Now return, and switch. Leg, foot off the floor, arm, and stay vibrant, and yet try to stay still, but be alive and be strong. Come on down. Return to leg number one, and before you raise your arms, don't raise your arms. Move the roller back and forth just a few times to convince me that it is a round roller. And then pause, pick up the arm, the one you don't need, you'll figure it out. Stay there. And then with your single arm, roller, what, roller, oh, what? Come on down. Of course, we have to switch, and switch. This is the leg number two extended. I'll do a little test push with two arms. Yeah, it's working. And then remove. Remove the arm you don't need. Your job is to move slowly and mindfully. Don't try to speed up. Stay lengthened and activated through the arm, the leg, and the gluteus maximus. All right? And come on down. I'm sure you know there are many more variations of that as well, but we'll stay relatively simple today. How could that exercise have been made more difficult? Close your eyes. Here's a doozy. This one's kind of fun. Place the foam roller straight down the middle of the mat. The only areas of contact will be the pubic bone, yes, I said it, pubic bone, probably the ribby ribs areas, and a little bit of the sternum, but not your chin. Don't put your chin down. So scoot it down enough that there's plenty of room to move your head, and don't hit the foam roller. Stretch your arms, which means please don't bend your elbows. Stretch your legs. Don't bend your knees. The exercise comes from your effort in balancing, keeping only one hand and one foot on the floor. bring the lifted pair down and switch. Lift, down, switch. Lift, down. Now as you continue, you want to look down, don't look up at the screen. Continue, and I mean like don't stop, all right? Keep moving, keep moving, keep moving. I am on my fingertips and on the tip of my toes. I am not using my palms, and I'm not using my elbows. What I am doing is gradually bringing my hands down narrower and narrower, even narrower than my mat, and almost as skinny and narrow as my foam roller. Legs are also coming down closer and closer, and soon this exercise is going to become very difficult. So lift, lower, lift. Be as skinny and narrow as a pencil in a pencil box. Oh, or chopsticks in the chopsticks case. Here is lift, down, last two, and last one. Then you can put your knees down like you're straddling a motorcycle, hands down about shoulder level. Use your knees down for push-up. And just give me like 5. Here's down, 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 and down. Sit back and careful not to land on the roller. That was an assisted or modified push-up using the foam roller as a tactile cue. Don't worry about all that. The last exercise I want to get in is bridging. My foam roller is perpendicular down about where my feet will be. Scoot down a little bit, just so you're in the middle of the camera shot. When you start to roll back, take your time. When you arrive, your feet are on the roller. Now, all secrets be told, my foam roller is old. This is like an almost 20-year-old foam roller. So it's not perfectly round anymore. I have to bring it to the place where it's really, really round to make it really, really challenging. And so that's what I just did. I tilted my roller so that I know it's really, really round. Arms down, relax your face, take a deep breath, inhale. Use your abdominals, but mostly your bum, and step on the roller to lift your hips. I recommend pulling your pants up now and smooth out your clothing so that when you start to come down, each vertebrae, one vertebrae is definitely what you're feeling, not a wrinkle or a bump of your clothing. Here we go. Exhale, bridging. Come on, Viv. Whoa! You have to stand so confidently heavy on the roller or it will roll out from underneath you. Inhale. As you come down, keep a good hamstring grip to secure your roller. Now, we'll make this more fun. Inhale. Using your exhale, standing on the roller, avoid holding the mat with your fingers. I know what you're doing. Push the roller forward and back, and really, it doesn't have to be a big move, does it? 4, 3, 2, hold the hips up high and melt down slow and low, slow and low. Holy mackerel, my hamstrings are already on fire. Let's try that again. Inhale. Step onto the roller, down with confidence. Ooh, arrive. Roller mobilization. Push, pull, and don't hold your breath. And it's likely that you're becoming very tense at your neck. So turn your head a little left, turn your head a little right, then stop in the center. Inhale, lift, and come down slow. I have to confess, I worked my glutes and hamstrings today and yesterday, and oh my God, they're sore. So we're going to go to single leg to make the teacher cry. Bring your feet in just a little bit narrower, just a little narrower, not quite closed, and leave the arms down because you might need that stabilization. As you exhale, whoosh, stabilize. One leg, what? We're going to cross, like we did before, straighten and put it down. Other leg, straight, oh God, cross, straighten and put it down. Calm down, melting, relax your face, relax, land. Try to remember which one was your second leg and that will be leg number 1. We're repeating the exercise. Go. Here's leg, straight, cross, straight, and down. Remain calm. Other leg, straight. Oh my God. Bend, straight, and down. Fix it. Melt. Soften the neck. Exhaling. Soften your landing. Hug your knees into your chest. The best part is coming up next. Hug your knees into your chest. You will bring the roller and wedge it under your pelvis. Roll up. Pull the pelvis under the pull the roller under the pelvis. It may take you a moment, and then straighten your legs and flex your ankles. Now, if you don't have the benefit of a mirror or something that's reflecting you back, you don't know if your legs are over your face or straight up. So let your legs come back over your face and be extra careful. This foam roller could still, like a projectile, shoot out from underneath you. So be sure that you have a good placement or hold on. I am going to hold my legs and flex the ankles. Let's repeat the inhale, knees bending, and exhale, legs straightening a number of times. If you would rather just do one leg at a time, and just give all your love to one leg at a time, that might be also beneficial. Or, quality time spent with one leg. But I gotta do both. So here's my both legs. Holding on to one, this is my favorite leg, and let the other leg go down and away. Let it be, let it be. It's already in a somewhat compromised position, and so you don't want to be jerky, herky-jerky about it. Let it be long, let it be heavy, and let it lengthen the hip flexors. Now in slow-mo, switch legs. The leg that's in my hands, flexed ankle. Give it some love. Let that other leg be. It will get longer. It will get heavier. It will stretch your hip flexors. We're going to do 4 scissors. Here is switch, catch, pull. Switch, catch, pull. Switch, catch, pull. Last one. Pull. Hug both knees into your chest. Careful as you roll the roller out from underneath you and just move it off a little to the side. Hug your knees and roll from side to side. Listen, I'm going to put both of my knees down so I'm facing the camera, but my arm is going all the way back away from the camera. You've done this stretch, I'm sure, many times, or you know how to make some adjustments so that it's more beneficial for you. My arms are straight, heavy, open, wide, and my head is looking back. My knees, however, now unstacked. I let the top leg fall off the bottom leg. Unstacked. Register what is happening now. There is a minor stretch in the front of the chest. There is a trunk rotation, oblique stretch at the waistline, and possibly outer thigh stretching or lengthening. When we go to the other side, first bring your arm to the front of you, gather your legs, then go to the other side. Once your legs have landed, you're safe, then open the arms. Allow your legs to split and separate. It should be sort of an organic, the way, a stack of pancakes becomes unstacked when there's so much butter in between the pancakes. All right, so now, assess, take it all in. I'm stretching. There's a little bit of a stretch in the front of my shoulder here, anterior deltoid into the pecs, and my obliques, all of them, are getting a little stretch here on this side, and then a little bit of an outer thigh stretch, maybe not so much. Okay, that's enough. Bring your arm to the front of you, in front of you, and then return onto your back. Let's do a little rock and roll, and then we'll come to seated. What I really want to do is called open leg rocker with long legs. Roll back, inhale, and then forward exhale. Now this is a foam roller class, so grab your foam roller and hold on to the foam roller. Yeah, hold on to the foam roller as best you can behind your thighs. Now ideally, you're not relying on the roller. Ideally, you're not relying on the roller. Inhale. Inhale. I'm not relying on the roller. Last one for my entertainment. Inhale. Oh, I almost didn't make it. All right, I gotta let go. So my arms come up, my arms open wide, arms in front, and then you can lower your legs down. Oh, let's put that foam roller away for a second and bring it underneath you so you can sit on it. Once you're propped up, it's a 6-inch lift, you may be able to feel more comfortable through your hips. Again, depends on if you're tight or you're not tight. Last thing I want to work on is just let the arms hang. I'm not doing any signs, no symbols, I'm not calling the gods. Just relax your arms. Turn your head extremely in one direction and then turn your head in the other direction. We already know how to lower our head because we spend a lot of time holding onto our phones and iPads, etc. Here's where you really need to work on lifting the head, lifting your throat and your jaw. Return to center. Imagine that you're wearing a crown on your head, or maybe you will right after class. Put your crown back on your head, but send the head forward and back without losing the crown on your head. When I turn sideways, you can see so much better that my head is going forward and back. Our emphasis, in the interest of improving your posture, is pull your head back. So it's forward enough that you pull your head back. I cannot stress enough how often I have seen this exercise done in a number of different workshops, places where I've learned some really cool stuff from a physical therapist. Strengthening your neck, improving your posture. Okay, I'll leave you to that. So, this will conclude your foam rollerama for today. We use Pilates exercises on the foam roller in a number of different iterations. We wore it face up, we wore it face down, and we also used it for bridging, tightening our hamstrings and glutes. We used it in an all-fours position, quadruped, to help improve your awareness and your alignment, which will all contribute to improving your balance. It all works hand to hand, hand in hand, hand in hand, something like that. Okay, so I'll see you next week, foam rollerama. Next week, I promise, I'll use the trigger roller for myofascial release. See you then.